So good. And my LaCroix. Also so good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would give you guys a little update on my TTC journey after miscarriage. It has been 3 weeks-ish since I miscarried, I think. Maybe like 2.5, 3, something like that. And I haven't updated you guys in like a little less than a week, I think. And that's because there wasn't a lot going on, but there are some new updates, so I thought I would update you guys. And in my last video I talked all about how I had the vaginal ultrasound and how my doctor saw that I ovulated within 7 days, and we had tried one time, so I was hoping kinda that we might be pregnant, although my doctor wasn't really wanting us to try during that time. So if we're not pregnant, which I'm kind of thinking we're not, I'll tell you guys why, but if we're not, it's probably for the best. We should probably just try, you know, this next cycle and everything. So I'm going to talk about why I think I might not be pregnant. I'm going to talk about our plans for trying to conceive again and all that fun stuff. I wish I had vlogged more today because I feel like I had kind of like a busy, maybe more interesting day. I don't know. But I'll just share with you guys what we did today. So I had a super productive morning. Made me feel so good. And in my last vlog, I mentioned how I've been struggling with binge eating and my weight and insecurities and stuff like that. And I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not perfect. I'm not exactly where I need to be or anything, but I'm feeling so much better because I've changed a few things. So a couple of things that I've decided to start doing. One is intermittent fasting. I've done that in the past and really loved it. I should never have stopped. I don't know why I stopped these things that are like working, you know what I mean? And then I want to do some kind of 30-minute workout every single day. So whether that is going for a 30-minute run, which is what I do some mornings, like I'll go run with my niece, we'll run like 3 miles and it'll be about 30 minutes. Or doing a HIIT workout, which I've been doing the Heather Robertson here on YouTube. It's totally free. It's awesome. It's her, like, she has like a 12-week program or something like that. I started it months ago. I think I did it for like 2 or 3 weeks and stopped. See, it's like these things that are so good that I find that work for me and then I stop. Like, why? So anyway, I'm gonna try to do that every single day. Just be active for at least, like, consciously active for 30 minutes. And then of course, like, go on bike rides, take my kids to the park, go on walks with my family, things like that. Maybe start playing tennis again. Just things to be more active would be great too. But those are my 2 big things. So this morning, my goal is just to get the 30-minute workout done in the morning. So I think I'll show, like, I'll do like a morning routine video soon. I worked out first. I did a HIIT workout today because I didn't wake up early enough to go run. So I'm able to do a HIIT workout in that time. Jack was still sleeping and Henry just like watches a show or he works out with me. It was actually really funny because the other day I was doing a workout with both kids awake, which is craziness. But I was doing one of those where you're like, you're not gonna be able to see, but you're like lunging down and you have your arms up, but you're doing like kind of a squat, not a lunge, like a squat down. My legs are so sore. So I was doing that and I'm like dying. I'm like clapping my hands. I'm like praying to God. I'm like dying. And Henry was staying next to me and he just had his legs straight and his arms up and he's like, this is easy. And I'm just like dying, like, excuse me. So I don't know. It's so funny to work out with him. I love it. So this morning though, he was kind of tired and he was just like watching a show mostly and like commenting on my workout. If I like stopped, he'd be like, what are you doing? You working out? So anyway, I did that and then I was able to shower and get ready, and all of that I didn't have to worry about eating, which takes up time, you know. I fed my kids, all of that. We went to this like little mini farm that we went to. If you watch my Instagram stories, we've been there recently. We went there again with a friend, which was so life-giving and fun. Henry loves playing with friends, so it was so good for him. But then, and it's just good for us to get outside and be out with animals and stuff. It just feels right, which is why I want to farm so bad. That's my new dream, is to move to a farm. But anyway, so it was just so great, and it was great for me to like have a friend, have some adult conversation and stuff. So then we came home and it was already like 1 o'clock. I was thinking I was gonna do like noon to 8 as my intermittent fasting window, but I saw Joanna Thornton here on YouTube on her Instagram stories. She says she does like 4 to 8, just like a 4-hour window, which was interesting to me. So I may try that, I don't know. But right now I'm just aiming for don't start eating till noon and stop at 8. And so today I didn't start eating till 1, so that was good. And it just makes sense for me, like lowering the amount of time I'm allowed to eat really helps my binge eating issues. Anyway, that's been our day so far. Henry really wants to carve some pumpkins. We got more pumpkins from the farm. They give you a free pumpkin with your like extremely expensive, you know, admission. So we're gonna carve some pumpkins in a minute, but I thought I would update you guys on our TTC journey. But I also wanted this to be like a vlog. So sorry if that was all boring. I'll probably put a timestamp to when like I start talking about the TTC stuff for people that only care about that, which I understand. But anyway, as far as TTC and what's happened after the miscarriage. So I think I ovulated like even before we tried. We tried once I stopped bleeding, which from the miscarriage, which was like 5 days after the miscarriage. That night we tried. And I think that, I guess that was too late. So I feel like I ovulated when I was still bleeding maybe. I don't know. Everything online says it takes like 2 weeks to ovulate again after a miscarriage. But I think every woman's body is different and so interesting, and you just can't like put it in a box, you know what I mean? So anyway, she saw that I ovulated, so I was hoping I might be pregnant, but I've been taking some pregnancy tests, which I will grab these pee-filled suckers for you guys, which I'm using my nicer camera right now, and so you might not be able to see, like you're not gonna be able to see these lines because they're so faint. But the crazy thing about a miscarriage is, which I showed this in my last vlog, but you get a positive pregnancy test until, I thought, the doctor thought it was like less than 20. But with these fancy first response tests, like so I got my blood drawn on Thursday. And I got the results back on like Sunday, and it said that my blood HCG levels was like at 20 milligrams or something. I don't know what the units are, but it was at a 20. So I still got a positive test on that day. It was faint, but it was still like there, like darker than the positive test I got when I was 9 DPO, when I was like super early in my pregnancy. Darker than that, but still pretty faint. Then a few days later, I took another test, and at first I thought it was showing up negative, but then I was like, I think there's a psycho line there, which is a line like psychos look for. But I like looked close and I was like, wait a minute. I waited a little bit, the full 3 minutes or whatever, and yeah, there's a definite line there. It's fainter than the other one, but there was a line, but it's getting fainter. But the confusing thing is, if I got pregnant around the time we tried, I would only be, like now I'd be possibly like 10, 11 DPO. I can't say for sure because I wish I had been doing, which, you know, the trauma of the miscarriage, of course I'm not already like taking ovulation tests, but I kind of wish I was because it's just like interesting and stuff. But I wasn't, so I don't know my ovulation like I normally would, like have a real good idea of it, but I know I did ovulate. So anyway, then today, where's today? Today, it's like gone. And I think I started my period yesterday. But I can't say for certain because it's very different period. So you guys let me know, please, if you had a miscarriage, how long it took for your first period to come back. And was it heavier, lighter, the same? So my periods are normally pretty heavy, especially the first like few days. They're like extremely heavy, like wearing a Super Plus tampon, like having to change it out every hour, like super heavy. So when I saw a little bit of blood yesterday, I was like, could this be implantation bleeding? But then I also had cramps, which I think you can have cramps. Like I was reading, you can have cramps with implantation bleeding, but something told me no, I think this is a period. So I went ahead and logged it in my I do the Glow pregnancy app, and then I also do the Ava bracelet, and it has an app. So I went ahead and logged it that my period started, because both apps are confused now that I've had a miscarriage, because they don't have a last period to base it off of. So I thought, well, if this is a period, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and log it. And then very, very light yesterday. And then today, I would say, I don't know, maybe this is my 3rd day. Yeah, actually, I think this is my 3rd day on my period. I'm having light cramps. Normally I have pretty heavy cramps, but it's not every period that I have like horrific cramps, but they're usually like, at least the first day, pretty bad, you know, sometimes really bad. But these were just very faint cramps. And the blood is like brown, which I guess is like old blood. So I don't know, that confuses me. But anyway, so it's been so faint, like so light, that I've just been wearing a regular size tampon, and I don't even have to change it out very often at all. It does though, when I do change it out, there will be blood there. You know, it's not just like empty or anything. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm on my period, which is a good thing. You know, I want my period to come back as soon as possible, obviously, so then I can get back on track and then start tracking my ovulation and all of that. But then it's also kind of disheartening, because I was hoping I was just pregnant again. Like, I was hoping it was just that easy. You know what I mean? I was just like already pregnant again. Although my doctor, like, she said it wouldn't be the end of the world, but she was advising we wait until like my next cycle or whatever, or until my levels were at a 0, which they're still, or less than 5, which they're still not. They're making me test again. My arms are so, like, look at that bruise, and this one's healed, but I had a big bruise over here, and you can see where they've stuck me. I've had my blood taken like 5 times. I'm just like, so much blood they've been taking for me, and I have to go again, she said, on Wednesday or Thursday. So, because they want to just keep on following it until it gets to about 0. Hey, buddy, I'm almost ready to carve pumpkins. Just give me a few more minutes, okay? Okay. I love you. Close the door, please. Thank you. Close it. Henry, close it. Thank you. Quietly. So, what was I saying? So, you know, I feel like it's so confusing after a miscarriage. Like, who knows? What if I am pregnant still? But I think I'm probably on my period. I've been wearing my Ava bracelet again. I started that just a few days ago, wearing that again. And the second this bleeding stops, I am going to start, you know what? Maybe I should just start like now. Doing the ovulation test kit. Go watch my video where it's called like how to get pregnant fast. I talk all about that kind of stuff there. But I think I'm gonna start testing like soon. The only thing is it's so exhausting because you have to do it like every morning, and it just gets really tiring. But I think it'll be worth it. So I'm going to do that. The cool thing about the Ava bracelet though is that you don't have to do any of that. You just wear the Ava bracelet at night. I hardly ever notice that it's even on as I'm sleeping, and it tracks your temperature and a bunch of other things, and like your heart rate or something and different things. And you know, you don't have to do any of that testing. So, but I gotta do both. It's because I don't think it'll be accurate. It took it like a month last time for it to start to be accurate, I think. Although the app is like lined up with my other app, my Glow app, which is not normal for them. So I found that interesting. They both think I'm gonna ovulate on like cycle day 17 or something, which is around the time I'm like a later ovulator. So that is around the time I would be probably ovulating if things are going how they normally do. But I can have a crazy cycle where it's like, my cycles can be like 20 days long, or they can be like 40 days long. So I'm just not regular. So that's why I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start testing tomorrow morning, my urine for ovulation for an LH surge. But yeah, what else is gonna tell you guys? So obviously we're trying again right away. Some people, it used to be that you're supposed to wait 3 months. That's no longer. My doctor said they don't believe that. Actually, you're more fertile after a miscarriage and more likely to have a healthy baby, healthy pregnancy after a miscarriage. So I'm not worrying about that. I'm still taking my prenatal vitamin. I started that well before we started even trying. So I'm still doing that. But yeah, mentally, here, I'll put this down. Mentally, as far as the miscarriage goes, I go in and out of feeling sad about it. Part of me, a big part of me, is just ready to move on to trying again and all that, and just feels frustrated that we have to go through this trying again, and that we got pregnant so quickly the first time. Why? And then I was like, oh, we don't have to go through this TTC journey for very long, and then we're back at it. So that feels frustrating. But then I also go through times of feeling sad for the baby we lost, that we never even got to know the gender or whatever, which is probably for the best. But I've been watching gender reveals. You guys, it's like a form of torture. I was telling my sister that I'm doing this, and she's like, that sounds like a form of torture. I'm like, because she's like, you see all these people getting so happy, because usually a gender reveal on YouTube that's popular, people are like freaking out happy. Sometimes they're mad, but most of the time they're happy. She was like, that sounds like pretty, you know, not good. And I'm like, you're right. It's not good. Usually when I'm watching that, I'm in like a really bad anxiety headspace, and it's not good. So I really should stop that. I've been into like triplet and twin gender reveals, because you get like 3 in 1 or 2 in 1. Like, it's that bad, you guys. It's that bad. It's like my, like, not really a secret, but my dirty little secret, or my guilty pleasure or whatever, is watching gender reveals and torturing myself. I've been trying to work through this though, especially because before the miscarriage, I was feeling such anxiety about finding out the gender. We would have known now for like a week or something. And I don't want to feel that way again, but I know I can't control my feelings always. You can't. Like, you can work to try to work through your anxiety and to work through your feelings, but at the same time, you can't just control them. You know what I mean? So part of me wants to be like, just feel how you're going to feel, you know? But then the other part of me is trying to like talk to myself, because anxiety people, like, there's this thing inside you that like lies to you and tells you things are worse than they really are, that people dislike you when they really don't. Anxiety is great. It's real great. But so I've been trying to like tell myself, like, either way it will be amazing, and it will. Like, I know that it will. That's the thing. It's like, that's just the messed up thing in the mind with it, is I know that because I have 3 boys who I love with all my heart, but then I also know that my heart aches for a daughter. And so it's like, ugh, it's just, I don't know. But I love that my boys have brothers. I think that, like, I had sisters, and I think it's a real gift, especially Henry and Jack being so close in age. Like, as Jack's getting older, they've been playing more. And like this past weekend, they just played outside non-stop together, and like kind of adjacent, but still, you know, like, it's not just like you're totally alone. And so I'm so glad, like, in that way, I'm glad that Jack's not a girl, because Henry has this brother and Jack has this brother that are so close in age, and then they have this much older brother, and all of that is really cool. And I'm so glad about that, because my heart is happy when my babies are happy. Like, I just love being a mom. I love it so much, and I love spending this time with them. They're crazy and tiring, but it's just like the best. And so yeah, I want them to be happy, and I think it's great having like a brother or 2 brothers. But then at the same time, my heart still like yearns for a daughter. And for me, selfishly, I guess, I don't know, I'm sure they would be close with their sister too, or at least I would try to help them be close with their sister, you know. I know that I won't get into that further, but anyway, so that's the update on this TTC journey now after miscarriage. I wanted to let you guys know, because I am so curious, like, when did someone's period start after a miscarriage? Like, the fact that I ovulated before my period even started so soon, very interesting to me. All of those things, I'm always like Googling, like crazy person. So maybe someone else is interested in that. Maybe you guys have gone through a miscarriage recently, which I know some of y'all have told me that you have, or that you did in the past. And you know, I just thank you for sharing that with me, and it feels nice to not feel alone, and I feel so horrible for anyone who has to go through a miscarriage. Henry's gonna be dying to go carve those pumpkins, so I'm gonna go do that with him.
You wanna carve some stuff for me?
No, I'm too little. I can carve it. Only Mama.
No, I think you can help me.
So we got a variety of pumpkins. We just got small ones, which is actually nice with carving. I have a nice little carving kit. This makes it so much easier. This has like all the sharp stuff and like tools for scooping and things. Makes it a lot easier. That's an onion. Put that away. Why do you have an onion? Oh, we're doing a good job. Separating the pumpkin seeds.
Yep, separating the pumpkins.
Doing a good job, Henry.
Oh, that's nice. And then we have Troublemaker over here. Getting into the trash as usual. And we also, which I need to put my computer away, I've been doing some work. But we also made this fancy, very fancy, which has been eaten off of. My children have just been eating it.
No, it's just Henry.
But the secret is hot glue, except for Jack pulled this off. But you just use a hot glue gun when necessary. But we did that.
Be careful with
It's one
that.
of our fall activities. Oh, yep, that's right, Henry. And now we are separating the pumpkin seeds.
Very slimy pumpkin seed.
Yup,
These are slimy
Very
and
slimy.
and these are
Slippery,
super
slimy.
sticky. If you cut your hand off, don't try this at home, guys.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home, okay? It's dangerous.
Yes.
Very dangerous.
Don't try this at home.
Don't do little pumpkins in front of them. They will eat you.
They'll eat
Oh
you.
man.
Don't try that.
And this, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's happening here? What is that? What is that? Excuse me. Excuse me. What is that? Really? Is that a hot glue gun? Are you supposed to have hot glue guns?
No.
Did you know? No.